Alrighty, beautiful people. It is a great day to talk fantasy football. We
Dude.
are going to be jumping into some mock drafts. There's a lot of NFL news to talk about: extensions, free agent signings,
Suspensions.
suspensions. Did you see my title? I went a little Dr. Seuss with it today. Did you
Yeah, I mean,
recognize that?
yeah, you're trying to do something.
Trying to get a little creative, with the titles.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
But Badaki reporting from Brooklyn, me reporting from Sydney. I appreciate y'all for being here with us. Here's the great
Love.
news, all right? As all these crazy changes are happening in the NFL, right? Suspensions, extensions, free agency. Unfortunately, as preseason is going to start, we're going to see injuries as well. You need the latest, most up-to-date news, the most up-to-date rankings, and I have great news for you because the best deal that the fantasy industry has ever seen in the history of the fantasy industry is already out there and it's available, and it's through the 2025 season pass with the promo code LAND. Guys, if you get the season pass with the promo code LAND, it is $34, okay, when you use our code, and that will give you access for the entire 2025 season all the way up until January 26th. It's about $1.60 per week if you think about it logistically, all the way up into through the end of the season if you buy that today. Now, here's the important part, okay? So you get unlimited access to the Flock site, all right? So when we say the Flock site,
Yeah.
this is what the Flock fantasy site looks like, okay? So this is what you're getting access to. You're getting access to rankings, which is why I said updated rankings, right? You need the latest. You need to know what's going on in the NFL. Don't worry. We got you. You're going to have the updated rankings, not only from myself, if you want to choose my specific rankings, but from expert consensus. You also get access to things like the prospects database, the My Teams league analyzer, where you can analyze your teams against the rest of your league, the mock drafts tool, which we'll use today in a second. You get access to the trade finder, where you can see real trades happening in real leagues, the trade calculator, the best calculator in the industry, the comparison tool, where you can compare one player to the next, the range of outcome tools, where you can see, okay, here's what Ladd McConkey did as a rookie. What did the closest 10 seasons in the last 10 years, how did those players do in their second season? And of course, you also get access to our
R.I.P.
2025 draft guide version 1. Me and Badaki are talking about version 2, and can I tell you, version 2 is going to be so much
It's
better.
sexy.
I cannot wait
Already.
for version 2 to be out. It's in the works right now. But the best news is, with the 2025 season pass, you're not only getting access to Badaki and I's draft guide, okay? You're getting access to every single draft guide on the website. All right, so from Domain, from FSC, from Flock himself, you also get
cool.
access to 4 questions vouchers that you can ask on our live streams, where Badaki and I will be helping you throughout the fantasy season, set your lineups and trades. So get the season pass, and the last thing that you get access to is you get access to be a part of our leagues. Okay, we do leagues with our community. Land live leagues. We just raffled off spots for this week's league yesterday, but we'll do it again every single week. We're raffling off spots for you to be a part of real leagues with real people, leagues that matter, leagues that you can rely on, leagues that good people are a part of. And when you become a season pass member, you also get access to jump into those leagues, or at least jump into the raffles to get into those leagues. Appreciate y'all for being here with us. There's a lot of news to cover. Go ahead and do us a favor and hit that like button to show some love. Now, one thing we do need to talk about that just literally happened as we were hitting live stream
Right before.
is the Keenan Allen news. So Keenan Allen, it's official. He is joining the Los Angeles Chargers again. He's coming back home to the place where he had so much success. It's definitely annoying. Like, I think we can all be on the same page and saying, like, okay, that's definitely not ideal for like your Ladd McConkeys. It's not ideal if you're wanting like the Trey Harris breakout, but I don't
Or
think
the
this
QJs,
is...
you know. Yeah,
Yeah,
makes sense.
sure. Quentin Johnson is there. It is a 1-year deal. I believe it was somewhere in the range of, what was it, $8 million or something like that.
Yeah.
So he's back. Instant reactions. Let's talk just quickly. I already had him ranked on our draft guide. His ranking obviously will change. I currently have him ranked around wide receiver 59. I'm not sure if that's too high. I'm not sure if that's too low. I think you could probably put him at the top end of this tier should you choose to, around 54. But I'm not going to draft him over the names like the Cooper Kupps, the Jacoby Myers, the Moonies, the Pittmans, the Burdens, the Reeds, the Goldens, the Ayuks, Higgins, Shakirs, Godwins. So I think he will have a role. He'll probably play a lot in the slot. But, you know, I think, like, Keon has a chance to break out. Keenan doesn't have that same chance, in my humble opinion. You know, Trey Harris, I think he has a chance to break out. Same thing with Kyle. I think Cedric could be great. Rashid's been great. I think you really have to start asking the questions, well, do I want to bet on, like, a Jack Besh year one? Do I want to bet on a Douglas, what we've heard out of camp from him? I don't know exactly how high or how low we should be on this player right now. It is just instant reactions, and we'll find a sweet spot here very soon. But does that feel reasonable to you, or do you think he should be higher, lower? What do you think?
No, look, it definitely feels reasonable. It sucks because he kind of already has that chemistry with Justin Herbert. We just don't know what that chemistry looks like now with Ladd McConkey in the mix, right? So that is kind of going to be a little bit of the caveat there. But look, for me right now, I would say I would be taking him easily ahead of, like, the first names that come to mind, like the Jacoby Myers, the Cooper Kupps, just because I feel more confident.
You're taking him ahead of Jacoby Myers?
Play. I would say yes. Yeah, I would take him ahead of Jacoby Myers.
I'm not gonna lie to you, dude. That sounds crazy to me.
No, I mean, where do you have him? You had him 59. So let me just pull up your rankings and see where you have him.
I would not have him touch that tier of Myers, Mooney, Kupp, Pittman.
So I would definitely be taking him ahead of Rashid, Tillman, Trey. I think I have Keenan higher than Jacoby, or Keon Coleman higher than Jacoby. So that's where we see it differently.
Okay.
So specifically Jacoby Myers, but, like, I'm not taking him ahead of the Darnell Moonies. I think he's underneath that. I think he would be the last person in that tier for me, but I'm not taking him ahead of Mooney, Pittman, the Reeds of the world. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think you're too high on Keenan personally, but I could be underreacting to the news. I also think you're too low on Jacoby. Even at 52, I think he could be at the top of this tier at like 43. I even think Jacoby can outscore the guys like Judy, Zay, Downs that I have there. So I think you're a little too low on him personally, but that's
I'm just going based on the already chemistry that he has with Justin Herbert.
But he's not the same player.
I know he's older. Yeah, I know he's older, and I know he's not going to produce what he is because now he has Ladd McConkey there. But if I had to bet who's going to score higher on a week-to-week basis, at the moment I would say Keenan Allen, just based off of the chemistry. Jacoby Myers coming in with Geno Smith as a new quarterback, that's my instant reaction.
We will find out. Ladd McConkey, I did move him below London and A.J. Brown, but he hasn't gone down a tier or anything. You know, I still think he's worthy of that 2-3 turn. In previously in drafts, I would maybe lean an A.J. Brown or a Ladd over an A.J. Brown or a London. Now I think I'm going to be leaning A.J. Brown and London. Sorry, that was confusing. But one thing you need to know is, you know, Ladd McConkey isn't going to just be an inside receiver. You know, last year he did play 69% of his snaps in the slot as a rookie. This is according to PFF. He played 30% out wide. But this is a guy who had that versatility. We talked about that coming out of Georgia. He has that versatility to play inside, to play outside. I don't really envision you putting Keenan Allen on the outside at this point of his career. So I think you could see this number more 50-50 this year. And in a way, that's actually really exciting because we've seen Ladd McConkey just stretch the field so often as a rookie when they allowed him to play outside with these big explosive plays. I mean, I even think about the plays in the playoffs that he made. But I wouldn't say that this should drastically lower your opinion on a Ladd McConkey, but it does when you're pushing the needle and there's just such little between these guys, it does maybe help you make a decision of an AJ and a London over a Ladd McConkey, but I wouldn't take him out of that tier myself. His historical comps in year number one are special. All right. We've also got, this is relatively not big news, but I didn't know this, so I thought maybe you guys don't know this, and I thought it might be important to share with you. George Kittle is crashing out on sets because they apparently are not allowing players to use smelling salts and ammonia packets. They banned it. The NFL did. And he said that I considered retirement. We have to find a middle ground. I didn't actually watch this interview. I don't know the nature, if it was like more of like a comedic approach from George Kittle or if he's being absolutely serious. But
that's crazy.
If you don't know, the NFL banned smelling salts. Okay, so they did that. All right, Jordan Addison. Jordan Addison, we thought maybe 2, maybe 3 games. It's official. It's a 3-game suspension for Jordan Addison with his 2024 DUI citation. So it's officially 3 games. Now, here's my problem with Jordan Addison and drafting him. So this isn't like, okay, Rashee Rice got suspended 3 games, but when he's back, he's winning you your league. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful to Jordan Addison. I like Jordan Addison a lot. But the reality is, you're not going to have him for 3 weeks. You know that for sure. And then when he comes back, he's a flex. You know, he's a guy in your flex that you can put in there. Like with Jefferson there, with Hawkinson there, with Aaron, with Jordan Mason, there's so many weapons in that offense, but specifically the pass catchers, he's never going to overtake Justin Jefferson. He's never going to be a guy that puts up 19 points per game and you're finding the sleeper down the board. They're just never going to prioritize Addison over Jefferson. Hawkinson, another year back off of his injury. He should be more and more involved. So this hasn't really moved him drastically in my rankings. You might have seen that earlier. He's my wide receiver 42. That seems low, but my tiers are all bucketed values. So you could put Addison as high as wide receiver 34 if you really wanted to. I have no problem with you putting him as high as 34, but you have to ask the question, do I want to draft Addison over a Ricky Pearsall that I think could break out and be the number 1 receiver in San Francisco? Do I want to take him over a Stephon Diggs, who's the clear-cut number 1 in New England? Do I want to take him over a Calvin Ridley, who has Cam Ward, the clear-cut number 1, a potential breakout for a Josh Downs? If Jerry Jeudy can do what he did last year. I mean, Juwan Jennings in an offense that's just as good, maybe a similar role. So I think you have to ask some really difficult questions with Jordan Addison. And, you know, this isn't a player where you're getting him back in week 4 and you're like, okay, great, now he's going to win me my league. You know, he's going to help you win some games as a flex, but that's why I kind of have him ranked a little bit lower. What does the community think? Is that too low? Is that about right? What do you think, Badaki?
No, for me, look, it seems about right. Look, you got to think about another aspect that I don't think you mentioned. He's coming into a new quarterback as well, JJ McCarthy, essentially his rookie year. What does that chemistry look like? We don't know, right? That's a big risk. I think we can trust that in JJ and Justin Jefferson and TJ Hawkinson, but in someone like Jordan Addison, who is, you can argue, is he, you know, the 3rd target or the 2nd target? We don't know yet. But I think the upside with all these other players, like you kind of mentioned, the Rickies, the Diggs, hell, even the Debos now of the world, just based off of if Terry's going to hold out or not, how long he's going to hold out. All these guys have the wide receiver 1 potential, where we know Addison is wide receiver 2 at best. So yeah, I'm there with you. I think it's a conversation when it comes down to like these other rookies. Like I think you can even bump him lower. I'm looking at your rankings. I think you can even bump him lower if you really wanted to like the Jaden Reeds of the worlds, like the Brandon Ayuk. Maybe, I guess, the Brandon Ayuks, right? Would you rather have Brandon Ayuk, who can come back in week 2 potentially, or Jordan Addison?
Well, I think that's another conversation. Ayuk might miss half a season, so I'm starting to really sour on him. Okay. I do think I'm going to be moving Golden up my rankings. This was a player that most people in Dynasty were telling you to avoid, but you and I really liked Matthew Golden. We got roasted a lot for drafting him in our drafts, and he's just it's not like there's one camp report where it's like, yeah, he looks good. It's like every day it's like Matthew Golden looks really good. He looks incredibly solid, reliable. So I think like a Golden you could rationalize taking over an Addison potentially, but I'm not going to make that move just yet. Now, the other bit of news that's really important is Kyren Williams was extended with the Los Angeles Rams. Now, this extension, per Adam Schefter, makes him the 7th highest paid running back in the NFL based on new money per year. So that puts him right above Aaron Jones, right below Josh Jacobs. So they're paying him serious money. I mean, you look at these names, so it's not Josh Jacobs, Kamara, Taylor, Henry, McCaffrey, Saquon money, right? But within 2 or 3 million per year, you're looking at some names like Jonathan Taylor, Alvin Kamara, Josh Jacobs, Kyren Williams. You're not really asking the question with Taylor, Kamara, Jacobs. You're not concerned about what sort of role will he have, like how much of the offense will those guys get. I think that was the original concern with Kyren Williams. And it's funny because I'm prepping a video coming up and I was going to highlight Kyren Williams, how I thought he was a value because he kept falling in the 3rd round. But And one of the things I was going to discuss is
good.
how confident they were on getting a contract extension done. So it's obviously like I'll change that video entirely, but Kyren Williams,
I think you kind of mentioned that
earlier
as well. Yeah, you kind of mentioned that earlier in the week, or I think it was maybe last week or maybe yesterday. You were like, "Oh, what happens? If Kyren gets an extension." The motions that were happening behind the scenes that we were hearing was that it was good that these extensions was happening. We were like, is it Blake Corum that just got picked up in the second or third round last year, or is it going to be one of these other guys this year? But the fact that the fact that they signed him and to an extension, it kind of puts that to rest. Like, my opinion is like, all right, we can get I guess depending on the type of the leagues that you're in, you can kind of move on from the Blake Corums and the Jarquez Hunters. But you can, you get what I'm saying. Like, but you can most likely get rid of them if in a package deal, but don't just drop them.
Yes. All right. Let's talk about where that impacts his ranking. I have him at RB13. So between him and Breece, I actually feel like I should have Kyren ahead of Breece right now. I'm trying to work that out mentally in my head. I just think Breece is a better player, and I'm betting on him to.
I would have
be a better
Kyren
player this year, but
I would have Kyren ahead though. Yeah, I think this contract does say a lot, specifically for redraft. I mean, and specifically for Dynasty, it does say a lot, which obviously we'll get to it at a later time. But in redraft, I think of the offense as well. Like, I don't see dump off passes for names like Breece Hall or targets for Breece Hall. I think there is going to be, but not as much as what I'm expecting Kyren Williams to kind of just pick off maybe where he left off. Even though he was very inefficient last year, he still saw 40 targets in the air. So that was pretty decent.
Well,
so
I think Breece Hall is a better player, but it's Mason's here. What's up, Mason? Kind of where I'm leaning as well because of the offense that Kyren's a part of. But I don't know if I should have them in a separate tier, so I need to figure out my tiers a little bit later. But I do really like Kyren, especially after this extension, and I think it should lay to rest the worries of people questioning his workload. But I will say, just recently, I think today or something, we had a interview from the GM over there and talking about how we still really, really want this to be a split backfield. So I don't know. I'm still trying to digest this all together.
That's classic.
Yeah. So this is, by the way, according to Sean McVay, he said after Kyren agrees to a term to his new deal, the RB told him that he can't wait to work even harder. This man is once I get the bag, I'm trying to work harder for you. You take care of my family, I'll take care of yours, right? He says,
I got 11 million, I work hard too.
He says, and it's like, I don't think you can work any harder, man. McVay said, just keep approaching it the way you are. So obviously they love him. It could be the same thing as last offseason where it's just a bunch of hugabaloo, and then in season, Kyren Williams is getting all the opportunities. So lots to digest. I still haven't fully comprehend. I feel really good about ranking everyone outside of Kyren Williams. I don't know where I want to put him just yet. But I do think it gives you a lot more confidence to go out and draft him if you had a draft today. But we're going to jump into a mock draft. I appreciate all of y'all for being here with us. Again, I know I said it earlier, but I just want to emphasize that the redraft pass is available, 2025 season pass. You can get updated rankings, updated draft guide. Version 2 is going to come out very soon. I cannot wait for version 2. Version 2 is so much better than version 1 for our draft guide. It's not even close. It's genuinely not even close. Like, you and I are working on it today and talking about what's going to be in version 2, and I think it's going to be very impressive personally. But you want access to our draft guide, everyone's draft guide on the website, 4 vouchers for live streams. You can come ask us questions through your fantasy season. All the way up until the season. You can get the season pass, $34. It's $1.60 per week until the end of the season. So that link is in the chat. And then, of course, you can be a part of some of these leagues that we are doing. Appreciate y'all for being here. One other thing to note, we are going to do a giveaway today. That's right. We're giving away our 2025 draft guide. Actually, no, we're going to give away a season pass. Sorry, we're going to give away a season pass. Yeah. And if you want to gain access to this, it's the same thing as yesterday. You got to type Pass Daddy into the YouTube chat. Pass Daddy. Once you type Pass Daddy and you like the stream, once you've done those two things, like the stream, type Pass Daddy, then you are going to be entered into today's giveaway. And by the way, if you buy a season pass today on stream and then you end up being the winner of today's giveaway, don't worry, we're going to refund you. So still go ahead and buy it if you're interested, and then we're going to make sure and refund you if you end up being the winner. All right, let's jump into some mock drafts. Yeah, there's a lot to talk about, but I feel like we had to.
That was a lot.
You know, I feel like we had to.
No, 100%.
So
100%. If you guys want to join a mock draft, join our Discord. We'll send that link to you. So that link is going to be in the chat here on Discord. Obviously, all you have to do is make a Flock Fantasy account on Flock Fantasy. But we will send that link to the mock draft tab. Join the Discord. Go to the land tab with the orange footballs, then go to mock draft. Once Zach sends me that link, then I will send that to you. It is first come, first serve.
Yes, and like Badaki said, if you want to draft with us, we're going to do a mock draft on the Flock site. So I'm going to go ahead and create a private draft, and it's going to be Snake, PPR, redraft, full PPR we'll do, and we'll do a start 8. I'm going to go ahead and create a private draft here. I'm going to send Badaki the link, make sure he gets in. Where should I draft from? Someone tell me a random number. I'm going to draft from there. Someone give me a random number. It could be where you're drafting in your league.
You need to stick to 7 because you're going to get 7 and you're going to be upset and you're going to say it's the worst spot. You've been saying it's the worst spot, so
I do hate the 7 spot. I'm not going to lie.
Just choose 7.
A lot of people are saying number 1. Actually, okay, let's say a lot of people are saying 7. Yeah, so you guys want to put me through hell is what it sounds like. All right. Okay, so again, if you want to join us in these drafts, I put a link in the chat for you, but you can create a free Flock account and jump into a draft with us. Use the promo code LAND, flockfantasy.com/land, create a free Flock account, and then jump into some mock drafts with us and use the mock draft tool on your own because it's the best tool in the industry, point blank period. All right, let's go ahead and send out that link in the mock drafts tab.
Yeah. Let me send that out, and it's really fast.
You know what? I got you. It's coming in 3, 2, 1. All right, so that is first come, first serve. That's going to fill up pretty quickly, I imagine here. We actually have one spot remaining. Wow, someone was risky there. They swapped from the 1 spot to the 4. Do we still have? Okay, we are all filled up. This is a PPR start 8 mock draft on the Flock Fantasy site. I am drafting from the 7 spot and praying to God it's not where I draft in the Flock League. My goodness.
No, but the good thing you got a lot of practice in. Am I right?
Yeah.
If you did.
We are officially about a week and 2 days away from the Flock draft, so we need to get some practice in.
You all packed up or what? How you feeling?
No, not all packed up. Not even close. I'm stressing out about everything we need to bring to stream on the road. So that's what I'm stressing out about at the moment, but I'm sure
I say we just if we get at least 3. No, actually I won't say that.
Okay.
I was gonna say something. Just give us money. How about
that? Chase, Gibbs, and Lamb are the first 3 picks there. Who is your RB1? You know, I guess Saquon, Bijan, Gibbs, all eligible.
Yeah, look, I don't necessarily have a strong, solid case. I do believe it's gonna swap this year, of course. I mean, last year we saw
almost every year we see that with the first
exactly right? Jahmyr Gibbs. So at the moment it's swapping between Bijan and Jahmyr Gibbs as RB1. I think pick your poison out of the top 3. If I had to choose whom I'm betting on to kind of be that number 1 guy and kind of get that number 1 spot, it's probably going to be Bijan this year. But
yeah,
it's kind of hard to pull away from Bijan because there's so many still question marks just based off of, look, I think Michael Penix is gonna be great, but what happens if he doesn't? What happens if he doesn't pick off where he left off?
Yeah,
where you kind of feel like exactly but you feel pretty comfortable.
Sure.
Yeah, you feel pretty comfortable with what's gonna be what Jahmyr Gibbs is gonna be, and I'm on the clock here.
All I'll say is as you make your pick here, I personally think it's the wrong approach that nobody's talking about Gibbs as the RB1 or even having a conversation about it. It's like it's Bijan, everyone has Bijan, and there's not even a conversation about why it could be Gibbs. And all I'll say is I got a video coming out soon and I'm going to talk about that particular thing. What's up, Emmanuel? I want to say shout out to all you guys in the chat. What's up, Emmanuel? Gators here. Macy says 30 days until kickoff. We're officially a month out. What's up, Emmanuel?
Love.
Hama is here. Styles, Sam, Ali, Mark, Gio, Bailey, Michael, Charlie, Mark, Rep is in the building. Johnny Boy is here. I appreciate all of y'all being in the chat. We also have a super chat that we should answer. What's up, Isaac? Appreciate the love.
Yeah, we should get to that.
He says 12-team PPR. Quarterback is Hurts. Running backs are Hubbard, Henderson, Tracy, Jones, Tracy again. Wide receivers are CD, Brian, London, Cup, Ayuk, tight end, Hunter Henry. What do y'all think? And any advice? It's a great team. Very good team. I mean,
it is.
I am surprised it's a 12-team league, honestly.
Yeah, CD and BTJ. Look at the board here.
Yeah.
Look at where CD and then BTJ went. They're both going in the first round. The fact that you got both of them and Drake London, who literally all went in the first round in this mock draft, you have all three of them.
I'm surprised that's even possible. That's what's shocking to me. I'm surprised you're even able to put a team together like that and then not sacrifice at running back, with Hubbard, Henderson, Tracy all there. All right, so it looks like everyone's trying the anchor wide receiver strat, and that's put me in a really interesting position here.
There you go. Everyone's using your strat. What can you do?
I mean, fair enough, right? I
Life,
think it's
life
a great
of a content
strat.
creator.
I think it's a great
can you
strat.
do?
I don't think it's a crazy plan from people. I've always had Chase Brown as a second round pick. So if I end up having to take him in the second round, I'm not gonna, be upset about that. But I think in a real draft, I might lean an AJ Brown there or a Drake London. I'm just going to try this out.
Drake London in the first there is pretty, not that surprising, but.
Oh, London went in the first? Sorry, I didn't even realize that. Okay.
Normally he's at that turn, like at that 202, 203. Right. So him kind of being stretched up there to that 112, maybe whoever was happy with one of those running back specifically were okay to get that wide receiver rather than the running back. So
but Isaac, I appreciate the donation there, my friend, and I think you've built a great team. Just all I would say is
kind of crazy.
You should be on the lookout for waiver wire tight ends all year long. Trying to catch up with any questions in the chat that I missed. Let me know if there was any important questions that I missed in the chat. Sorry, guys, but I appreciate y'all for being here with us. Shout out to Mason for being here as well. Do us a favor, be a friend, hit that like button to show some love. So after I took Chase Brown, AJ Brown, Brock Bowers, Johnny Taylor, Jacobs, and Lad McConkey come off the board.
If you had a quick question. If you had to predict how many targets is Keenan Allen getting? Because just thinking about like Lad McConkey and what he kind of did last year, he saw 112 targets, and that was his rookie year without Keenan Allen, really just him being the only option in that offense. Now they have Trey, now they have Keenan.
I don't think you're accounting for the progression from a rookie season. If you're just looking purely at a target total from Lad McConkey's rookie year, sure. But there was a progression over the course of the year, both in trust and performance and yardage and targets. So it's not like he didn't grow his role over the course of the year, which is common for wide receivers. But I mean, look, like 120 targets last year for Keenan Allen. I would say around 100 I could see.
That's pretty significant, I would say. Would you agree or no?
100 targets is sure, like significant, I guess, but is that a guy that you're going to be comfortable starting week in, week out? Not like, I don't see that being a big impact on your roster from a guy that is not stretching the field, does not have explosive plays. Like Khalil Shakir had 100 targets last year through 15 games. So like, I think he could have an impact. Obviously, he's definitely going to play a role, but 100 targets to Keenan Allen is not the same as like 100 targets to Jameson Williams, for example. You get Jameson Williams 100 targets, he can get you 1,000 yards, right? If you give Keenan Allen
sure
100 targets, he might give you 600 at this point of his career. He's not stretching the field. He's not a yak threat anymore. He's a find space, catch the ball, get down. Like this man is not stretching the field. He's not got the explosive plays. He's not going to be Jamar Chase and catch you at the 30 opposite yard line and take it for a touchdown. These targets are not, in my opinion, won't be as valuable as the typical wide receiver targets that you would expect from a team. So,
okay. Good to know.
That's my opinion, though. Okay, so in the third round, we've got Kyren, which Gator got there after going Chase JSN. Then Styles starts Gibbs, Hall, McConkey. We've got McBride, Allen, Higgins, Jackson. I took Hampton at the 307. Kamara went off the board there. Then Adams, you took Adams there. Walker at the 310.
Yeah.
Hurts at the 311. Daniels, Wilson, Cook. Honestly, Badaki, I prefer, okay, so if you and I were in the Flock League and we swapped positions, that would be my preference. Because I don't want you knowing my rankings in and out, editing them every single week. You know what I mean? Like,
sure.
I feel like I'm never going to be able to get players to naturally fall to me if you're the guy on the edge. I need to be past the edge. I need to edge over you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. It's a difficult navigation to kind of do, and I'm going to take a running back here. I don't think I'm going to get a running back on the comeback there, so shout out to Kim K.
Yeah, shout out to Kim K. Everybody loves a good edge, So Henderson, wow,
edge.
Took him in the 4th round.
Yeah, I mean, I'm liking what I'm hearing outside of camp.
No, I like it. I just hate that that's the reality of his ADP now. That's kind of really
I mean,
because he was a 5th round pick for the majority.
Yeah, I was hoping one of James Cook or Kenneth Walker was going to come back to me, even though I was okay with Henderson essentially.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, Henderson's probably not coming back to you in the 509. I don't want to see like Caleb at the 405. Please, guys, don't push the ADP up too high for these guys. And then when we actually all have to draft, we have to take them in the 4th round. You know, Caleb was a 5th, 6th round pick. Henderson's a 5th round pick. And now you guys are just scaring me. You're making it really scary because I don't want to.
And maybe this is
I don't
the
want my
trend.
drafts to look this way.
Well, this is the trend, right? We were so used probably the past month and a half. We were able to get these guys in the 5th, 6th rounds, probably a round later. Now we're seeing all the hype in preseason, all the hype in training camp. It's going to get pushed regardless. So you got to have people that are going to, put their stick to the ground and say, hey, I like these guys. But
yeah,
I think we're going to see these guys rise a little bit.
I went Kittle in the 4th round. I honestly think, I don't think he should last that long. I think he should be a 3rd round pick into the 3rd, early 4th. So to get him at the 406, I thought that was a pretty big value.
I think getting Amari on at the 307 is pretty big too. I mean, we've been seeing him at that 2-3 turn, and you got him in the middle of the 7th.
First time you saw Amari on the 2-3 turn, it was a shock. But then as you started to digest it, it just made more and more sense. Now getting him at the 307 feels like a steal. It's funny because he was going in the 4th round most of the offseason on best ball drafts. But Kittle there at the 406. I felt like he was the last onesie I was willing to kind of go out on. And then again, keep in mind that the Flock League, which we're practicing for, is a start 8. So it's not impossible to draft a onesie early and then fill out the rest of your roster. It's very, very doable. So I did see Tyreek there. And I'm just finding it, we talked about this yesterday. I'm finding it incredibly difficult to draft Tyreek and feel good about it. Like, there's not a point on the draft board where I'm like, ooh, Tyreek he was in the 4th round. I'm like, mentally, I'm saying, why are you not drafting Tyreek Hill? But I find no desire to add him to my team. It's a weird season. The vibes are really strange.
I just think the vibes are weird over there, personally. Like, with the way Tua's talking about him and how they're kind of going back and forth. Yeah. But
Antoine Cruz here with the super chat. I appreciate you, man. Hey guys, just a heads up. If you do want to donate and guarantee to get your questions answered, and we'll prioritize it, of course, you can actually do that through the Flock site. For example, Nate here, we'll get to his question. He sent a message through the Flock site. Nightbot just put a link out there for you. And I appreciate you guys no matter how you donate, but just know that if you donate on the Flock site, number one, we can see more of your league if you link your league and then ask a question.
Yeah.
So it's easier, it's better for you. But also number two, it's better for us because YouTube takes 30% of every super chat you ever send in. So it kind of kills creators in a way that I look, I love YouTube, but the way they do super chats feels greedy, honestly. So we'll answer this question in a second. I'm going to make my next pick here. I thought Chase Brown was available, but I'm looking at my own draft board. Okay. Here in the 5th round.
I think I know who exactly you're going to take.
Yeah, I think everyone knows exactly who I'm going to take. We're not going to make it a big surprise. We're going to take George Pickens here.
Yeah, George Pickens. It's just classic.
All right, let's answer the super chat here from Antoine. It says, how do you approach drafting in a 14-team tight end premium, 3 wide receiver starts, win at the flex or elite quarterback tight end? In a league like this, in a league like this, I am probably not thinking about quarterback or tight end to the very end of my draft. And I'll tell you why. Because your wide receivers, your running backs contribute to such a big percentage of your lineup.
Yeah.
And
was that start 10, right?
Do that math while I talk this out.
3.
And if you think about it, you have to compete with more teams for less players. So, thinking about this logistically, what is it, Badaki? It's a start what?
Yeah, start 10.
So if you think about that, you can start up to 6 receivers. Let's say the flex, you half it, okay? That means that wide receivers will contribute to about 45% of your weekly fantasy points. 45% of your weekly fantasy points. Your running backs can do the same. I mean, in this lineup, you can have wide receivers contribute to 60% of your lineup. If you think about it, you have start 3 wide receivers and 3 flex spots. But at minimum, 45%. So I would be prioritizing tight ends and quarterbacks the least. I would be trying to fill out that lineup. It's going to be so difficult to get a starting lineup in that league. Are you using my rankings or expert consensus, Badaki? Because you're pushing all my favorite players off the board, brother.
No, this is expert.
Is this expert consensus? Damn it!
Pretty sure.
Please stop pushing my guys off the board.
If not, I'm just going with my... I don't have my rankings pulled up here. It's a lot harder with only one screen.
Yeah, no, I hear that. I feel like if I don't go running back, I'm going to regret it. So we'll go ahead and queue up a running back here. All right. I like Adunze. I would have considered him anyway. I do need to ask the devs and understand why that's happening. But I'll send them a message here. So we took Adunze there. I like the lineup so far, though. I do think Adunze is worthy of being there. I probably would have gone Pacheco or Swift, but Adunze was the other option I was heavily considering.
Yeah. Adunze would have been the option if I didn't take DJ. Like if I would have took Travis Hunter at the 5'9", I would have taken Rome. But I think I'm getting more and more comfortable with that safety blanket being DJ Moore when it comes down to, hey, everything that we're hearing about Caleb right now is not looking good. And if I had to pick on somebody that I feel like is going to be the most successful in a fantasy perspective, I still believe it's going to be DJ.
Sure.
So I took DJ there over Rome.
I'm still immensely confident in Rome Odunze as a breakout, though. And I think DJ goes, round 4? Where did he go here? Oh, you got him at the 509.
Yeah. That's
shocking to see him go that late. I don't think that will happen in many real drafts, though.
I feel like that happened yesterday. I could be wrong. I need to look back at our live stream yesterday. But I could have sworn he went in the 5th or 6th round.
Did he?
But...
has anyone been in a real draft? Where's DJ Moore going? I feel like 509 is so late for him.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, we're seeing, Swift, Pacheco, Mbuka, Ridley, Debo, Diggs, and then Monty. A nice little run, and then Joe Mixon. Gosh, with all the injuries at the running back, it really gets you a little bit scared on who to take here. But there's still some guys there.
Yeah. I also think that Joe Mixon could end up being a massive value this year. Like, I don't know why everyone was so excited about Nick Chubb. I genuinely couldn't understand it.
We both did. Yeah.
You and I were just like, why are people?
Why is this thing? Why is this a thing?
I don't understand. But if it needs to be clarified, we are not Nick Chubb people. I again genuinely don't understand why there's a lot of hype around his name.
We were in the prime. I mean, of course,
Sure.
everyone is at somebody's prime, but I think when he came back from the injury, we kind of were both like, I'm done. At least I know for sure I was done with him when he came off that injury.
I don't really like any of the players available, so I'm gonna grab Baker Mayfield here at the 707. I don't really like any of those guys on the board. I feel like I'm reaching. But yeah, I feel like it's been pretty obvious from last year that Nick Chubb has lost a step. And, you know, when Joe Mixon's injury came out, everyone's like, look at all my shares of Nick Chubb. You know, all the best ball bros. And I'm just sitting back like, what is this? Why are we, I don't understand how we're victory lapping Nick Chubb here. To me, it automatically, you know what it said to me, Badaki? It said, oh, Woody Marks. I want Woody Marks. All my best ball drafts, at the end of my best ball drafts, my last pick, grab Woody Marks. Also you think about how that offense operates in Houston. Woody is a much better fit from a just pure fit to the offense than a Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb is like the opposite of what that offense wants to do.
Nick Chubb is like the better Damian Pierce.
Yeah.
At the moment.
Which when Joe Mixon went down, they used Dare Ogunbowale over Damian Pierce.
Yeah. We were like, whoa, wait, what?
Does not fit. I don't think it fits their offense at all whatsoever. But yeah, appreciate you, Antoine. Hopefully that is helpful. Trying to keep up with the chat. You guys are awesome. Thanks for showing some love today. If you don't know, just a heads up, we are going to do a giveaway today for our 2025 redraft pass. And if you want to enter that giveaway, all you have to do is type in Pass Daddy, all one word, and like the stream. If you type Pass Daddy into the chat, you like the stream, those two things are going to automatically enter you into today's giveaway. But you have to stay. You have to stay till the end. If we do the giveaway and you're not here, we're not giving it to you. I'm sorry. All right? You have to stay. All right? You got to support. All right.
Shakira.
You took Judkins there in the 7th. Then we saw Jennings, Brian Robinson, Pollard, Mason, Shakir. I was hoping Mason was going to fall to me. I have to be honest, I love you, Gator, but Aaron Jones at the 501 feels like I was trying to see where Mason and Aaron Jones went. Aaron Jones at the 501 just seems far too high for me. I could be completely wrong, but that
Where's
pick,
Gator here?
I saw that pick and my eyes just were like, whoa.
Yeah, I get what you're saying there. But I guess you kind of got to remember he's at the edge, so maybe he's realizing that he's probably can't get somebody that high. But I get what you're saying. Like, he could have technically had a name like... Well, he would have had Monty as his RB too if he didn't go Aaron Jones there.
James Conner was there. Why is Aaron
James
Jones being taken over James Conner? I don't know. I feel like if Aaron Jones is going in the 5th round, I will have no Aaron Jones at all.
Yeah.
But again,
Either
that
Aaron Jones
doesn't mean
and
I'm
Jordan
right.
Mason.
I mean, Gator could be right. I could be an idiot, but I just feel like, yeah, if that's Aaron Jones' price, I'm not going to have any Aaron Jones this year. I took Jaden Higgins there at the 806. Typically, a guy was getting in the 9th round, but I think we're starting to see some more love for him lately in the community. So feel really good about
Higgins.
where the lineup is right now. And then we just need to fill out some other spots here. But, I wouldn't say this is an ideal draft for me in the Flock League. Like, I would be nervous if I finished my draft this way. Just because we went tight end in the 4th round. We went quarterback in the 7th. And I just feel like I don't feel great about my running back depth. That's really the concern here for me. So
It's kind of hard because in the Flock League, last year we weren't expecting anything. Like, how can I say it? Everything that we were expecting was completely wrong.
Yeah.
The way all the boys drafted, Mason was drafting like best ball. as
Yeah.
if it's a best ball draft.
Mm-hmm.
Danny and Bush were just, in our perspective at the time, reaching for a hell of people.
Yeah.
I feel like the only ones we were kind of on par with the FSC, the Domain Boys.
Sure.
Sometimes we kind of picked some of the same players or players that we wanted. So
Yeah, I think Mason's probably going to approach it differently this year. He went full on best ball mode.
full best ball.
Yeah.
You never go full.
You never go
Harvard.
full
Can't
best
say
ball.
that now.
Yeah, but Addison in the 811 feels pretty good. Not gonna lie. Was considering him or Higgins, but again, I know I'm not gonna have Addison for at least the first 3 weeks, and I need to win my flex. I don't want to start 0-3 because I drafted Jordan Addison. You know what I'm trying to say? Like,
Sure.
Anyway.
No, I get that for sure.
All right, I'm not a big Travis Etienne guy, but I will take him here at the 907. As most of you guys know, I have been Team Tank Bigsby over the course of this offseason, but that's because of the price and the reasons me saying I feel like either one of them can win the job. I didn't think it was such a clear cut like Etienne as the answer. But in all these best ball drafts I've been in, you can get Bigsby like 2 or 3 players rounds later. So yeah, I if they're gonna be the same round, then I'll take whoever goes later. Ultimately, as Warren, Mooney, and Ingram come off the board.
Yeah, I wanted Ingram. I thought I took Ingram there. I just pressed on Mooney, and then Clark instantly took Evan Ingram, and then Trey Benson goes. Of course, he does. So just a classic.
I was trying to push it as well.
Might have to pivot a little bit. See if I can.
And by the way, guys, I understand that there will be some glitches with a brand new tool. I have to understand, like, this is a brand new tool. We haven't used this mock draft tool in a long time. I do think it is the best representation of how your drafts will actually go. Sure, you guys can go over to Sleeper and you can do a mock draft on your own, but I don't think it's going to actually help your drafts. It's probably going to lead you to having an unrealistic outcome for what your drafts can look like. But this is why we're all community. Hey, we need your help just as much, as you need ours. Go to site issues in our Discord. If there's an issue with the mock draft tab, go tell them in the site issues. All right, because they are constantly improving. That's why we have a team of devs that are constantly improving the products as we go. So Loveland went off the board there. Were you eyeing up either Warren or Loveland, or not a conversation for you?
I was definitely eyeing up Loveland if he was going to come back to me, but he doesn't. That's okay. I'm going to continue to punt that position at the moment, if I'm just reading the board correctly.
Sure.
There are a couple other players, specifically wide receivers or tight ends, I'll be okay with. It's kind of hard to pass up on Brandon Ayuk in the 10th. I already have Ricky.
All right.
But
yeah.
Ayuk in the 10th is kind of crazy. Yeah. So what are the reports you're hearing? You're saying we won't be able to see him until mid-season. So what's that? week 5, week 6, or even
they're saying
that?
that's a realistic outcome. I don't think they're committing to that. But with that being in mind, it doesn't hurt me off of Dynasty. Like I'm not concerned at all about him in Dynasty. But with that in mind, you have to recognize, like, okay, so week 6 can turn into week 8. Week 8 can turn into week 10. And then if he comes back week 11, he's not going to be himself for a couple games at least. So
yeah, when is their bye week? Because
think you could end up having a dead pick, but at the same time, if he comes back and he's 75% of himself, then I think it could end up being a great pick as well.
Yeah, no, definitely makes sense. Yeah, their bye week's week 14. I thought if they had like one of those early bye weeks, like week 4, week 5,
yeah,
I think that would have kind of easily gave the indication, especially if those reports are true. Like,
yeah,
maybe he's not going to come back until after the bye week, but it looks like it's a week 14 bye for Brandon Ayuk and the 49ers. So a little bit more 14, of a reason to kind of
doesn't help at all, does it?
No, it doesn't. So
By the way, guys, if you want to draft on the mock draft tool here on Flock, you can create a free account with the promo code LAND. The mock draft tool is available for everybody, but just make sure you use the promo code LAND at sign up. And then, we've got public lobbies you can join here. You can create your own lobby, dynasty, redraft. So yeah, appreciate y'all, and definitely take advantage of this tool. Obviously, it's a brand new tool. We're going to work through some of the glitches together, but by far the best indication of a draft. Like, for example, you took Henderson in the 4th round. That's a realistic possibility, but that will never happen on Sleeper ADP if you go to a draft there. Caleb goes in the 4th year. These kind of things are just not happening on Sleeper, but it's also sometimes you're building unrealistic teams on the Sleeper mock drafts as well. What's up, Dom? This is one of my childhood friends. What's up, brother? Appreciate you for being here. He's talking about the strategy video, and he's talking about being in a 3 wide receiver league. Here's what I will say, Dom. I'm actually releasing a video tomorrow, and I'm specifically there's a little section in there where I'm talking about 3 wide receiver leagues, but overall, I would say, yeah, in a 3 wide receiver league, you're probably going to be a little bit wide receiver more centric, right? If you think about it from that perspective, you're in a 10 team, you have to start 3 wide receivers, and you only have a single flex spot. If you just think about that logistically, right? Let's say that's a start. So you're starting a quarterback, 3, 6, 7. So is that a start 7? That's a start 8, I assume, right? So it's a start 8.
Maybe, I think.
So if you include a wide receiver in your flex, then it's going to contribute to about 50% of your starting lineup. So yeah, definitely something to consider. I thought about pushing this as far down as I can. I don't want to risk it any further. I do think Jaden Blue could be the guy who ends up winning that job in Dallas. He's already getting work with the first team. So I'm going to go ahead and grab Jaden Blue here at the 11:07. He's going to serve as my RB4. I feel really good about my wide receiver room, though. I love the top end running backs I've got, but man, that wide receiver room of Neighbors, Pickens, Higgins, Adunze, Burden, I like that a lot.
Yeah, don't mind it. I go Keenan Allen there. This is where I take the chance. I mean, we saw the Rashid Shaheeds, Trey Harris's of the world. Did Jacoby Myers go?
Yeah, for sure.
Where's Jacoby? Oh my gosh, he won the 8th round.
I don't think that's crazy. Why do you think that's crazy? You and I need to have a heart to heart about Jacoby Myers here.
Heart to heart. I think it's from my perspective. I just believe a little bit more in Jack Besh, but maybe same. That is. I think Jack Besh plays that slot role where Jacoby is more on the outside, but I'm not sure what that offense is going to look like with the new offensive coordinator. Obviously, new head coach. Geno Smith, I feel more confident in the success to produce fantasy points for someone like Jacoby. I think it just depends on what that lineup looks like. If it's Jacoby on the outside, which, correct me if I'm wrong, he kind of moved back into the slot last year.
He plays inside, outside.
But he did move back into the slot. I'm gonna take a Dak here. He moved back into the slot with when Devontae Adams got traded.
But yes, I am probably gonna draft. Let's just see what happens here with Skull Bikes.
Two guys in mind on the.
Should we jump into another mock draft, gang? You want to get into another one together? We can jump into a sleeper one if y'all want to. Isaac Orendo comes off the board. I'm gonna grab Jerome Ford here. Just a little more security in that backfield for an early start. Thanks for the super chat, RGV Steven. He says 10-man full PPR, multiple mocks in the 10th. I average Nico Daniels, passing up on Henry McCaffrey. Thoughts? Also pick up Hall over Kyren.
Okay. I mean, in a 10-man league, the fact that you can get Daniels in the 3rd, I think, is pretty good. I like to hit on those onesie positions in a smaller league.
Yeah.
I don't think you passing up on Henry or McCaffrey is really going to hurt your team. Am I
No.
taking Henry and McCaffrey over Genty? No, I think they're all in the same tier for me.
I'm probably taking
for me specifically.
McCaffrey over Genty, but they're in the same tier.
Genty,
So
okay.
if you have a preference, I don't mind it. But I think
Yeah.
that's a great team. And the only
I
thing I
like
would
it.
say in a 10-man, especially if you're like a start 7 or 8 in a 10-man, definitely prioritize your onesies. It is much easier to fill out your starting lineup in a 10-man than it is in a 12-man, right? So like if you're in a start 7, for example, 10-team league, you know, the Bowers, McBrides, Kittles, the Lamars, Josh Allens, these guys become pretty important to me because I find it a lot easier to fill out my entire lineup.
Yeah, even if you would have told us that was Nico, Bowers, and Daniels, that would have been hot as well.
Yeah.
Like Zach said, those onesie positions, and then you can kind of hit on those late round running backs, maybe the Chubas, the James Cook of the world could have came back to you at the those 4th, 5th rounds. But he says picking up Hall over Kyren. I think we kind of had that conversation a little bit earlier. For me, I'm leaning more Kyren Williams just based on that offense and based on the targets I'm hoping on the uptick. Not the uptick, but just more the success of this offense. Devontae Adams, more touchdown opportunities, where I think we could potentially see less of those targets from Breece Hall like we saw last year. I think we saw a lot of targets from Breece Hall because of Aaron Rodgers and a lot of dump-off passes.
To be fair,
But this year with Justin Fields, I think that might hurt.
Justin does have a pretty high check down rate, but the volume in which he passes isn't very high. So you have to kind of balance that out. But I mean, if it's a run-focused offense, that could also benefit a Breece Hall too. If he's going to get more opportunities on the ground.
Yeah.
But we appreciate y'all for being here with us. Let's go ahead and jump into a sleeper mock draft now.
Yeah.
How can people
if you guys
join
want
the
to do
sleeper
that,
mock, by the way?
Yeah, if you guys want to join that mock draft, all you have to do is join our Discord. That link is going to be in the chat in Nightbot. If not, you can go and look at our description. Join our Discord. Go to LAN tab with the orange footballs, then go to mock draft. That's how you can join each and every mock draft when you are with us. I'm going to send you this link, or maybe Zach can send you that link once I join here on the sleeper. And then it is first come, first serve. I will say, if you were in the mock draft earlier today, even on Flock Fantasy, give someone else another chance. But you are ready to send that out.
All right, that link is sent in the Discord. So that will fill up here in a second. And appreciate y'all for being here with us, guys. And appreciate all the love, appreciate all the support. Let's just quickly, while we're waiting for this mock draft to fill up, let's answer this question from Nate. By the way, Gator, I saw your super message. I saw the message on the back end, and I replied to you. But just in case you need any more clarity, if you need help, you can go to the site issues tab on our Discord. Okay, and our devs are there to help you out. But I couldn't quite understand how to help you from my back end. All right, Nate here with a trade question. This is a dynasty question. He says, I want to get Scat and stack 27 picks to get Smith. So it looks like he is sending away Tootin, Loveland, and a second to get back a first, Scattaboo, and Kraft. I love Colson Loveland. I'm a big fan of his, but there's no premium in this league. So I do think the most you're gonna like think about it for a second. Outside of Bowers and McBride, even Laporta, I don't think you can sell him for a first in like a 10-team league. Maybe you can, but it's gonna be hard to get a quality first-round pick. If this is truly an early first, you can get Tucker Kraft, you can get Scattaboo. I'm not opposed to going that direction, but I also think you're giving up a guarantee in Loveland as far as like historical, hit rates for tight ends with his draft capital to go out and say, let me just roll the dice again. But I have no problem doing this. You're still getting a quality tight end in Tucker Kraft. So I don't have a strong opinion on this. I think it's fair value.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's fair value as well. I would. I think it's kind of a wash. It just depends. In the start 8, those onesie positions, especially in the 10-man league, like we kind of just mentioned earlier, is pretty significant.
Yeah.
So,
all right, let's jump into
I see that you have Evan Ingram. Might be tough.
let's jump into a draft here. This is a one quarterback. All right. Apparently, I need to change the rankings. Here we go. Sorry, guys. Go ahead and refresh your draft board if you're drafting with us, and the ADP should be updated. But this is a one quarterback start 8 PPR, and I'm just going to use the restroom and be right back.
All goods. So nothing too crazy there. Oh, there goes CD Lamb. I think we're seeing a little bit more of that CD Lamb jumping at the 102. And kind of like what I was saying, that 101, not saying I'm not going to take Jamar Chase, but taking Jamar Chase there kind of feels like we haven't seen that repeat of that wide receiver 1 or that RB 1 at the 101. So we might as well pivot, but it's hard to pivot for someone like a Jamar Chase after this season that he had. So yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see. Yeah, Mike, they got CD at the 105 in a redraft league Sunday. Yeah, that's a crazy steal there. So Jahmyr Gibbs, Bijan Robinson. I'm going to go. You know what? Let's do the strat. I think I took Saquon in the last one. Or no, I took Nico or Amon-Ra. I'm going to take Justin Jefferson here at that 105, which means Aaron gets a steal at Saquon Barkley. But if I can get Justin Jefferson and see how the strat goes. Saquon Barkley. So let's see how I feel about this.
Malik Neighbors
Let's see how much trust I have in JJ McCall.
Trust me, Daddy. Yeah, so the 107, again, the spot I'm the least excited about because you have to choose between a bunch of guys in the same tier. So if I have a chance in the Flock League, I'll probably push my selection back to around this range. And then we will grab Nico Collins here to start. And let's see what happens on the edge here. I am guaranteed. I didn't want to take a London, an AJ Brown, a McCaffrey, or a McConkey in the second round. So I was pretty much guaranteed if I went Nico to get a running back that I love. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to start with one of my favorite starts in fantasy this year with Nico Collins and Devon Achane. I am thrilled with that start.
Okay. You kind of glitched there for me, but Nico, Devon, loving that start for you, no doubt about it. Look, at the moment, my favorite spot is 8, 9, 10. If I can get 8, 9, 10 this year, I'm buzzing.
8, 9, 10. Yeah, that's a good spot. Good part of the draft board for sure.
I just feel really comfortable. I mean, you're going to be starting Brian Thomas, Henry, Nico, Devon. You can go Malik Neighbors, Brock Bowers, or Malik Neighbors, Derrick Henry, or Malik Neighbors, Bucky Irving, or Chase Brown. Like, whatever that's going to look like, that just feels really comfortable right now for me. So I'm trying to get towards the back end of the draft in the Flock League. I want to do that.
I either want a top 6 pick or I want a 10 to 12.
Right. Yeah,
that's where I prefer to be. So after Achane, we have McCaffrey, Henry, Bowers, Irving, AJ Brown, and Chase Brown. Seems like he's going to end up a second round pick. What's up, Dennis?
Chase
Welcome in.
Brown,
appreciate you for being here.
Love.
What's up, Sam in the building? Hunter in the building. By the way, the Flock League. Let's see. Is the draft over here? No, we need Legoat to make his pick.
Did it glitch? Oh, okay, never mind.
As after you go Chase Brown, it's Jonathan Taylor and Ladd McConkey off the board. I'm gonna pull this to the side. So Ladd McConkey still going in the second round, even with the Keenan Allen selection. Any thoughts on that?
I mean, at the moment, no. I don't think that's a.
You feel comfortable?
There shouldn't be an overreaction. No? There shouldn't be an overreaction. I just think I'm not sure who I'm taking over him. I'm not sure if I'm taking the JSNs or the Tyreeks or the T's are over him. I think there's an argument with T.
Sure.
I would say, but I'm not taking JSN or Tyreek over him. So,
okay.
I'm still taking Ladd there. I just believe that the chemistry is not saying you are, but I just believe the chemistry with Keenan is not something I can look past, even if he is an older player. He's just going to come in and he's just going to have it already with Justin. That a lot of people don't have. So, and he's not going to be demanding, 7 to 8 targets a game. But I think he can still hurt Lad. But I'll still take him there in the second.
As JSN comes off the board there at the 303. A lot of people are very hesitant to draft JSN. I don't understand why. I am very excited to draft JSN this year. I think if you look at ESPN ADP, it's even worse. Like I was hearing this from the footballers actually, and Andy Holloway agrees. He shares my love for JSN this year. And if I'm not mistaken, he said JSN was like 36 overall. 36 overall for JSN on ESPN this year. I think that is an insane steal. If you think about that, that's 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. So that's like the end of the third round, beginning of the fourth round for JSN on ESPN, which that's crazy. That's shocking. Oh my gosh, Patrick Mahomes is in the fourth round on ESPN. Oh my gosh. Or is that the fifth round? Either way, it's ridiculous. It's way too high.
Oh, that's unlucky for the boy.
Okay. Is Pavel, can I hear from you, man? Are you trying to mess this mock draft up, or are you being serious? Is that actually your pick?
I feel like Pavel's definitely been in the chat as well.
I mean, what are we doing? I'm gonna grab Ken Walker here. I don't know. This seems stupid to grab Bowers and Kittle in a non-tight end premium, but that's just my opinion.
People love it though.
Aaron says Pavel's dealing smelling salts on the side. I went Ken Walker there at the 311. Very excited to see him in this Kubiak scheme. I have moved him ahead of Kamara in my rankings, but I still like Kamara.
Are you talking about Kenneth Walker?
Yeah. And
right,
in an ideal world, Faulty doesn't take Devontae Adams. Damn it! Faulty, you need a running back! Just a mock draft, though.
It's just a mock draft. It's okay.
Shit! All right, we'll grab Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, okay. Okay, I was hoping for big Lamar. There goes Jaden Daniel. So we're pivoting.
If anybody is in my drafts this year and they take Devontae Adams, they're going to get the same exact response. So just be prepared. Get ready.
Hopefully
for a crash
Devontae Adams is not the Allen Robinson of, 2022?
It's just just disrespectful even to put those two names in the same conversation. Just disrespectful. So Terry in the fourth. Their overwhelming likely outcome is he's going to play, but this is the holdout's a little scary.
Yeah, okay, there goes Jalen Hurts. So he's going to... Oh. Okay, Alvin there. Okay.
Alvin, that late is pretty nice.
Yeah, I know. I was getting kind of excited, low-key. But I know who I'm going to take here. Not sure where Aaron's going to go. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do. Well, that's what I was going to do.
Scribble says, not me, Zach. I'm all in on JSN, one of my highest drafted players. I love that. Elijah, what's up, man? He says, when drafting Bowers in the second round, is that basically your inspo, how do you say this? I know I've heard it before. It's so factor, whatever. Wide receiver one.
Inspo factor? Yeah.
No, it's not inspo factor. Anyway, we're saying it wrong. But is that the process behind drafting a tight end so early? The idea behind drafting a Bowers early and a McBride early is that it's incredibly difficult to find any tight end that's even worth starting. So you're more doing it because of the scarcity at the position, right? Either you go elite guy early with Bowers, Kittle, McBride, and you say to yourself, I have that position covered. I don't need to try and hit the waiver wires every week. I can hit the waiver wires for quarterbacks, running backs if I need to, wide receivers. I know there's plenty of wide receivers that I can draft that might not be elite, but will help me on a week-to-week basis. And then you're also, when you're taking Bowers in round 2, you're saying, okay, this is what he did as a rookie. He has a chance to be a true league winner. He has a chance to average over 18 points per game in his second season. That's the reason that you're taking the shot on a Bowers or a McBride. Not so much because they replace your wide receiver, but because you don't have to think about tight end at any point. You don't have to worry about it in the waiver wire. You don't have to, pick up names that might break out as stashes at the tight end spot. And those guys are giving you an advantage at the tight end position that your other league mates won't have. As Henderson goes in the 5th round here. Love Henderson in the 5th round. It's one of my favorite picks you can make, honestly.
It's definitely nice. Definitely nice.
Trying to keep up with you guys in the chat. You guys are awesome. But one of the questions here was from Quacky, who says, is Isaiah Pacheco a good late round pick? I love Pacheco this year. I mean, if you guys were watching the channel earlier in the offseason, he was one of the first players I even talked about on this channel, like point blank period. Yeah. I just don't understand the discount on a Pacheco right now. I guess I understand it. I shouldn't say that. Like, I understand the discount on him right now. I understand the concerns, but I think he's one of the more no-brainer picks that you can make.
Just a high-scoring offense, to be honest. And I think if you're linked to a high-scoring offense with scoring opportunities, I think that's exactly what you want every time.
High-scoring offense. I don't think there's serious competition for Kareem Hunt. Another year removed from that injury. I think he's a very easy player to draft. In fact, I think I talked about him. Yeah, so I talked about him in this video. This was about 2 months ago. This was, what date was it? It was June 3rd. And I love Pacheco. But his sleeper ADP was RB34 at that time. It's certainly gone up since then. But I think he's going to be the guy in a good offense. So I think a lot of us are just overthinking it at this point.
Yeah. No one behind him unless Brashard Smith breaks out, but that was really difficult to predict with Isaiah Pacheco at the time, but Isaiah Pacheco didn't have Isaiah Pacheco ahead of him.
Yeah. That's true.
Guess he had
as Devonta Smith and James Conner.
James
Conner at the 5'10" is just crazy good value. I was eyeing him up. With him no longer available, though, I do think the clear answer for me is Travis Hunter. Obviously, a lot of you have probably seen the interview where Liam Cohen talks about the usage for Travis Hunter this year, and it sounds like, if I'm understanding the interview correctly, he'll get about 80% of the offensive snaps as a baseline. And it more sounds like they're trying to figure out how much defense he can play rather than how much offense. It sounds like he's going to be a primarily offensive player that's sprinkled into defense to begin. And if that's the case, I think Travis Hunter, where did Ted McMillan go? He went a full round earlier. That's where Travis Hunter should go in my mind. With that, I actually moved Travis Hunter up in my rankings after that interview. As Pacheco goes at the 5'12", I was going to draft him if he was available.
There you go. There goes brother Bo Nix.
Didn't expect it to be that early, but I don't hate the pick. There's a bunch of receivers here I'm kind of indifferent about, but I do think here in the 6th round, I want to grab Caleb Johnson as my 3rd running back. Again, a lot of receivers there I could have justified, but I'd rather just take Caleb because I feel like at the 7-11, when it comes back to me in the 7th round, there's just not going to be a running back I'm excited about. There's not going to be a running back there where I'm like, yay, I'm so glad I got to get that in.
Yeah, it's tough. That's kind of this late round running back strat. It is really difficult. Like, I'm not excited to start like a James Conner Swift or James Conner Caleb if I'm not hitting on those top end wide receivers. Me too. So, getting like the way we kind of did it, Achane Walker feels a lot better And that's kind of the strat we're talking about, getting those anchor running back or anchor wide receiver, excuse me, and then double hero running back
Yeah.
or double running back strat just feels better.
Christian said, "Are you doing any fast draft today?" It's funny you mentioned that because I wasn't saying anything, but I was actually already in a draft myself. So I'm doing the mock draft and I'm in a real draft myself already. So, yeah, I'm in there. I should have let you guys know, but I'm in there. I'm in a rabbit tournament right now. 1 quarterback, 15-round best ball league. I got auto picked Bijan, but then Derrick Henry fell to the 209. So we can jump and do some fast drafts today. I would love for you guys to come join us. Best ball leagues. Download the Fast Draft app. Use the promo code LAND. We'll match a deposit up to $50. That's about 10 free drafts on us or 5 free rabbit tournaments on us. And then when you finish your first contest, I'm gonna send you my rookie report and my cheat sheet for free. So I'll put that link in the chat there. But I would love for you guys to come join me on Fast Draft. I'm always kind of lurking in the drafts, lurking in the lobbies over there. So I would love for you to come join me. But went Bijan Robinson with my first pick. Derrick Henry fell to the 209. I'll keep you guys updated kind of as this draft unfolds. But it looks like Badaki went Judkins at the 608. Was that an auto pick or is that you liking the Judkins risk here?
No, I'm liking the Judkins risk.
Okay. Sorry, you're cutting out there.
I mean, I didn't like the running backs that were going to come back. Oh, am I? Is this better? Not really.
Your internet just went full, So try again. Sorry. I think your internet's cutting in and out here.
Daddy, father.
Your internet is going crazy, my guy.
Shout out to New York.
I'm on the clock here. Took Jalen Hurts at the 309, and then I'm going to come back and grab Devontae Adams. So we've started our draft. Bijan, Henry, Hurts, Adams here on Fast Draft. Best thing about these best ball tournaments is once I finish this draft, I don't have to think about this at all. There's no time. There's no commitment in season. If you love drafting, you get to draft. Then you get a chance at the $50,000 prize pool. And my Guys episode is coming out here very soon. And all I'll say is I drafted a team of all my guys. And I'm excited for you guys to see it. I can't wait for the My Guys episode.
He's loving it. I can't wait for it. Let me know if you can hear me. Is this better?
I can hear you. We can hear you.
Okay. Let me get my camera back up there. Not Brooklyn. Technically, I'm in Queens, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean? Had some Pino's pizza today. It was bomb, kid.
Is Pino's?
It's just a local spot by my grandmother's.
Say, is it like famous for something?
I mean, Sal's authentic pizza. Nah, it's just Pino's. It's just a spot I go all the time when I come over here.
I wanna do something fun. I wanna see how many people are gonna guess my Guys. We'll talk about this on stream next week after. Go away, X. You're annoying me. After the episode releases, we'll see how many people got right. But I'm gonna put this in the chat. I want you guys to reply. Tell me who you think my Guys are. There are 10 My Guys this year. 10 official My Guys. All right, I made the list 10 total My Guys. You already know, so don't say anything. But
can we get like official positions? Can you say there's like 3 quarterbacks,
there's
one running back,
1 tight end, and the rest are running backs and receivers?
Okay. That's still difficult. Not difficult, but.
Well, you already know the answer if you look at the script for the video.
Oh, I haven't looked at the script yet.
Oh, okay.
I think I know some players for sure, just based off conversations we've had and players that you've been talking about often. So I would say I definitely know 2 wide receivers, at least a running back. I would say I know a quarterback as well. Tight end. Ooh, tight end. A My Guy tight end.
Oops.
Okay, I think I might know the tight end one.
Yeah, you think so?
I have 2 guesses, but I'll tweet it with that before Actually, I won't. I can't because
Don't.
people
No,
are
you
just
should
gonna.
not tweet it for sure.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna go
I'm not
Deebo
gonna.
Samuel
I'm
here
not
as my
gonna do
wide
that.
receiver 3 in the 7th round, and then here on FastDraft, this is the 6th round. I thought Mike Evans was such a good steal, and I do think he is, but
I'm itching to get into a fast draft, dude.
that hurt my soul to see Jameson go there. So we'll go ahead and we'll grab Pickens there. What a start to this draft. This is looking nasty.
Might go to Jersey for the day just to get into a fast draft.
After I took Deebo here on Sleeper, Downs and Tracy go. And yeah, I don't really love any of my options, to be honest, but we're gonna grab we'll grab Ricky. We'll grab Ricky Pearsall here. See, Ricky in the 8th feels so nice.
Yeah, but it's just not gonna happen, is it?
No.
Especially as we get closer and they say, all right, Brandon Ayuk is for sure going to miss at least 4 games, blah, blah, blah. Ricky is just going to skyrocket.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of happening already, but it would just give people more confidence to take him higher, you know?
Mm-hmm. Like I said, my Guys episode just was recorded. I want to hear your guys' thoughts. Reply to this tweet, and then when that video drops next week, we'll have a look on the live stream and reply to some of these tweets and have some fun with it. As you are on the clock here, what do you think? And talk us through your selections.
Oh, you already know who I'm taking. Oh, never mind. I was going to take Shakir. Didn't even realize he was off the board.
You might have just gotten
you know
saved.
what? I might have. I'm going to take Mark Andrews here.
All right, Marky Mark. Off the board in the 8th round. My concern is, and I don't think you made like a bad pick or anything. My concern with Mark Andrews is that potentially we're all going to get comfortable with him because of the Isaiah Likely injury. And then when Isaiah Likely comes back, like he takes over, like it's his official breakout season. So I honestly don't know how to digest Mark Andrews this year. I genuinely don't know what the answer is. I'm about to be up on the clock here in Fast Draft.
Yeah, no, I get that.
We started Bijan, Henry, Jalen, Adams, Evans, Pickens. And we are on the clock again. I don't hate the idea of like a Hawkinson, but we're gonna grab Olave here. Olave will be our 4th receiver. So we've got Hurts, Bijan, Henry, Adams, Evans, Pickens, Olave. And then if Hawkinson comes back into the 8th round, we'll draft him. I don't have any shares of Hawkinson. I don't typically go tight end early, but if he falls to me like this, I'll kind of be content with naturally taking a player that I don't have any stock of.
Yeah. No, that's good.
So it looks like Jacoby Myers was a 7-10. Could also go Juwan as Pollard comes off the board. Yeah, you know what? I probably should grab another running back here. And I just keep thinking that Pacheco is such an easy pick in the 8th round. Yeah, I'm not going to pass up on 8th round Pacheco. It's so hard to prioritize a tight end. It's so hard to do that in these best ball tourneys.
Yeah,
all right.
It's a nice feeling to get one of those guys early.
Fritz goes double on the tight ends there with Warren and Loveland. Then we had Etienne Egbuka going in the 9th round. See, I know the Flock site it has some things it's working through, but some of these picks are just never going to happen in your real leagues. Like Egbuka is never going to fall to the 9th round in your league. It's just not going to happen if you're in a real draft. You know, I took Pearsall at the 802. It's just not going to happen in a real draft. You know what I mean? These kind of things are just not realistic. So
what can you do?
All right, we're pretty well balanced across the board with this team. I feel like we can go any direction we want. And the direction I'm going to go is probably... where did Josh Downs go?
Da, 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 da. He went in the 7th,
Okay.
12.
So about 2 rounds later, I'll take Michael Pittman.
I mean, Colts are just cooked, in it. They're just cooked. Just avoid everyone outside Tyler Warren. Not jokes. There's just no confidence at that quarterback position. I'm very scared for that team.
I get you.
I see you, Scribbles. You already know what it is.
What did you say?
Now he's talking about my guys being the Giants.
Oh, right.
And Joseph, I don't know if you know, appreciate that, but obviously with our role change and with a lot of people that have been dormant for sure, like all the, not the casual people, but the people that like only watch during the season. If you guys didn't know, my role did change. I normally used to make content last year, which kind of started right before last year's season, but I do everything on the back end. So any of the draft guides, any cheat sheets that you see, any graphics that you see in videos, anything that is graphic related, that is all me. So any visual stuff,
yeah,
and
that
he
is
being sent out to you guys.
Content, which I think you should be soon.
Yeah,
getting that on the way soon.
Yeah,
right.
So all that short form content is going to be coming there as well, just to get all that stuff up and running. So.
Yeah. All right. As after I went, Trey Benson, Chubb went off the board. Then Kincaid, Ayuk, and Jaden Blue. I just got auto picked on FastDraft. I wasn't paying attention. Damn it. Well, they gave me Jerry Jeudy in the 9th round. There are worse picks that can be made. If you knew that Jerry Jeudy was going to have, and obviously it's not going to happen, but if you knew he was going to have Joe Flacco for the entire season. I'll take Evan Ingram here. Where would you rank him in that case?
If Jerry Jeudy had
Joe Flacco for the
entire season. Look, for me,
I mean, he's got to be like a top 20 receiver if that was the case.
Oh, I don't know. I will still have him around, like, I was gonna say more like 30. Like, would you? The first name that came to mind is like Chris Olave. You gonna take Chris Olave over Jerry Jeudy?
If someone guaranteed me, I could look into the future, Joe Flacco starts 17 games, I am taking Jerry Jeudy over Chris Olave easily.
Okay. Then Xavier Worthy.
I would take Jerry Jeudy.
DJ Moore.
I don't know the answer to that one.
I don't think I can. I don't know the answer to the 3 names that I just said. That I just told you. I think even then I would still take the chance on these guys, just because I think there's gonna be a lot of inconsistencies with Joe. If you told me that was Jameis, I feel more confident in Jameis. Joe Flacco, not saying I don't have confidence in him, but
I mean,
he's a little bit more.
Joe Flacco ran so Jameis Winston could walk. Joe Flacco is the original veteran that peppers wide receivers.
Yeah, no, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm gonna take Dak Prescott. I'll keep going, Dak. Nah, it's gonna be Shador. Get the boy on the field.
Sorry, I just saw one of the latest comments on one of our videos, and it literally made me laugh out loud.
Hey.
I don't know if I should say it or not.
People lately have been crazy. He's like, I think I saw one that was like, it just said like, this guy sucks or something like that. Or and then there's other ones that's just like, people are just so like,
yeah,
there's just no backing. Like, this sucks.
Yeah,
this is terrible. It's just like, just one word, terrible. This sucks. Why would anyone watch this?
Or
like,
my favorite is don't watch this guy. Don't listen to this guy.
Yeah.
Okay,
what's the reasoning behind that though? Like, what's happening there?
There was one today that was really funny, where someone was saying I should take the video down because it says Christ in it. Remember how our editor put the John Gruden bit in there?
Yeah, Christ.
And they said it was disrespectful to Jesus. I was like, damn, all right. Sorry, Jesus. My bad.
Damn, all right. If they only knew, They only knew.
They only knew.
If they only.
I'm gonna take Tucker Kraft if he's here. Faulty's already got it tied in, and we're gonna take Tucker Kraft. That worked out perfectly. So we end up having Kraft at the end of our board. But
take Luke Musgrave there as well because of that injury, brother.
I like this lineup so far. We've got
nice little groin injury, but he returned to practice today, according to reports.
Someone just commented they'd rather go to a Diddy party than draft Deebo Samuel on one of my videos.
That's not bad.
Like, all right. Damn. Tell me how you really feel.
A lot of people were going to those parties not knowing what was happening. Or maybe they did. I don't know.
They knew what was happening.
I don't know.
LeBron had no idea. Oh, LeBron's innocent.
He just thought it was some baby oil.
LeBron just didn't know. He knew.
We should look at LeBron differently now. I look at him differently. He was never the GOAT for me.
LeBron had no idea. He just liked going to the Diddy parties because they were fun.
It was always Jordan anyway for me. So unlucky for the boy. What's basketball? Yeah, I was in the shops today and I saw all this Knicks stuff and I didn't have my size.
Yeah, that's tough.
But I'm on my weight loss journey. So that's okay.
Come on.
Come on.
All right, I'm about to make a pick here on FastDraft. I feel pretty good about the team we have so far. We've got Hurts, Bijan, Henry, Pacheco, Adams, Evans, Pickens, Olave, Judy, Godwin, Ingram, and Loveland. And now I want to just take some handcuffs. Charbonnet was the one I really wanted. He's not available. I'll go Isaac Horindo. And then I'll come back and grab Ray Davis if he's available. But, man, Charbonnet would have been perfect right there.
Sweet.
Could also go Braylon Allen. We could take some JCM. Little Woody Marks. DJ Giddens could work. We're on the clock here, and it wasn't a running back. So let's grab Ray Davis. Let's grab Ray Davis there. I like this squad. What y'all think? We'll go quarterback with our last pick, but a Hurts, Bijan, Henry, Pacheco, Horindo, Davis, Adams, Evans, Pickens, Olave, Judy, Godwin, Ingram, Loveland. Not bad.
Not bad. Good choice. Yeah, I'll take Justin Fields as the last one there. For me, call it a night. Huh?
Justin Fields off the board. Do you actually think Justin Fields will go this late in any draft? I just don't think that's going to happen for real.
I don't think he's going to go higher than round 10. So I don't know how much higher you're expecting.
I think he goes
but if
round
I see
10.
just...
on the Rabbit, he's going round 9 in a 10-man. So that's even higher in a 12-man.
It is significantly higher. I'm just not sure if I believe in the old Justin of yesteryear with the rushing upside and...
Oh, ye of little faith. Who hurt
safety
you?
He did. He hurt me.
Who hurt you? That's the question we have to ask.
He hurt me.
Appreciate all y'all being here. We're having a lot of fun with y'all. Yeah, there was a comment that I was gonna show y'all, but the person, oh, here it is. Should I show the people the comment?
Yeah, why not?
So in this video, if you want to know the context, this video, Literally all I said, the only thing that I could have upset this person is I said, can young men who end up in these situations where they can make millions of dollars, please stop doing stupid things? And I was specifically talking about Quinshon Judkins, obviously. So this was this person's reply. So this is how angry they got. You ready for this?
Yeah.
I'm making my last pick on FastDraft here, and I'm gonna grab Braylon Allen to finish that draft up. All right, here was the reply. First off, I'm middle class. I thought the middle class didn't even exist. Watching a middle class suburban white guy in his 30s not understand why a 22-year-old black guy, most likely from a lower socioeconomic background, would go a bit out of control after being handed hundreds of thousands of dollars in one day and being semi-famous in his new city. LOL. I'm positive this loser, as in loser, and he wrote it that way so YouTube wouldn't remove the comment. By the way,
so he has a history of comments being potentially deleted or flagged. Okay, sure. That's
this
a great
loser
start.
didn't get laid in high school. That's actually true. I was a virgin all the way through high school. Shout out to my wife. He actually,
how did he know that?
He actually knows me. He's reading me like a book. And let's not forget
so
about
far.
CTE. This guy can have a mild to fast progressing severe case. We have no idea how damaged his brain is. I know guys like this who make their money off of other people's hard work, talent, and genetics try to pretend they're not facilitating this player's future brain deterioration, but they do. And so do I. Wait, what? It's funny how we all pretend there's no issue with playing football. LOL. Why are you even watching my channel if you don't want people to play football?
But the fact that he was roasting you, he goes,
so do I.
So do I. Oh, by the way, you're
By the way,
that's crazy.
I didn't know that someone could get upset by me saying, hey, when you have a chance to earn millions of dollars, maybe don't abuse your girlfriend. Somehow someone found a way to get upset at that. And they wrote this. They wrote this story. Is that not genuinely hilarious? This is the state of the internet. I said, hey guys, maybe if you're going to make millions of dollars, or just in general, maybe don't abuse a woman. And that sent this guy so far up a cliff that he decided to come after me personally and saying, actually, what if he has CTE? You know what? You're right. You know what? You're right. Fair enough. What he did was okay because he could have CTE. Like, what are we even talking about here?
That's crazy.
The internet at its best, ladies and gentlemen.
Watching a middle-class suburban white guy in his 30s not understand why a 22-year-old guy. Gosh, that's crazy.
That made my day. Some of them you can just laugh at, honestly. Some of you can just like, all right, this is hilarious. This person has no idea who I am, and you just move on.
I actually encourage the chat just to have fun with that one.
If you guys want to go reply to that chat, this feels like a very easily trollable person. So
just get in there.
You can definitely click. You can definitely bait him. That's the 10 running backs that are league winners. That just released. That was our latest video, so you can go have fun with that one. But I thought that was hilarious. Maybe I'm the only one, but sometimes some of the comments you watch and you laugh.
Yeah,
it's more funny to me that this person took time out of their day after someone simply said, hey, don't abuse someone. How about that? And they're like, you know what? I'm about to whip up the hottest email this man has ever seen, and I'm gonna come after his entire family. It's like, okay. But anyway, we appreciate y'all for being here with us. I did just finish that draft over on FastDraft. Let's have a look at the final squad that we put together. Let's see here. Where are we at? So this is the squad that we ended up with. For anyone who's curious, this draft did just finish. We ended up with, that's the wrong one. I didn't take Mahomes in that draft. Do I have that one? Where's the latest one?
As a refresh, you might have to
I don't know where that one went. Oh, this is the $20. Let me jump into the 10. Here we go. This is the draft that we ended up with. We went single quarterback with Hurts. I kind of messed up there. Hopefully Jalen Hurts doesn't go down with an injury. Good Lord. Bijan, Henry, Pacheco, Horindo, Adams, Evans, Pickens, Olave, Judy, Ingram, and Loveland. Feel pretty good about that squad. Just so you guys know, the FastDraft Rabbit is now $10 instead of $20. I would love for you guys to come draft with me. If you've never drafted on FastDraft, you can download the app, use the promo code LAND. We'll match your deposit up to $50. That is 10 free drafts in the Flex 4 tourney or 5 free rabbits on us. And when you finish your first contest, you get my rookie report and my season cheat sheet for free. I just put a link in the chat, or Badaki did with Nightbot. So definitely go ahead, and if you want to jump into some drafts, we have a lot of fun. The thing is, if you're worried, like, well, what do I do? Like, I want to draft in my home league. Great. Then consider this like practice for your home league. This is not replacing your home league. There is no commitment at all whatsoever after you finish these drafts. If you're like Badaki and I, and you just love drafting, why not put yourself in a real pressure situation with a real prize pot online, $50,000 prize pool over there on FastDraft? And why not put yourself in that situation where, hey, when the clock is going, how will I make these decisions on different parts of the board? So we appreciate y'all for being here with us. Thanks for drafting with me. I'm probably going to jump into another one here offline. I do need to do some team reviews for our Dynasty people, so I'm probably going to jump into that. Scribble says that's okay. My burner. Someone says you found Judkins' burner. Man. Anyway, I thought that was hilarious. So
yeah, no, that was great. That was great.
I'm gonna jump into two team playbooks. We have 2 team playbooks we need to do. Do you want to stay with us? You want to hop off? What are you thinking?
Yeah, I'll still be here. I'm just gonna be in the background. So. What I'll do is I'll hop off, but I'll be in the chat. So I'll start filling it out on the back end for you.
Okay, cool.
And make those things. But all of y'all, I'm in the 1-bedroom apartment. My parents are sleeping, and I don't want to go too late for them. But I'm still here with y'all. And I'll see you mañana. But Zach will still be on.
Yep, I'm staying on. Get a good sleep there, Badake like cake. So we're gonna do some team playbooks here. If you don't know what a team playbook is, like we've been doing these literally all off season on our Dynasty channel, and these are like personalized team reviews that we offer. So some of you may have never seen this before, so it might be a little bit new to you. But hang around, have a look at how we kind of do this. And by the way, you can get a team playbook for your redraft team this year as well. It's a very similar process. In fact, it's actually the same exact process. It's just we look at redraft teams a little bit differently, but you can get a playbook for either a dynasty or a redraft team. What is a playbook? You might be asking that question. Well, let me tell you. Team playbook is a customized game plan for your team. What sort of trade should you make? I mean, what players are untouchable? What ones can you move? We've got the game plan for you. You can become a promo code LAND annual Mother Flocker member. That will give you a voucher that you can use through the Flock store to get a team review from Badaki and myself. So definitely come hang out on the stream, get your team reviewed, and then when we finish reviewing your team live, you get to sent that playbook afterwards, which kind of like anything that you didn't remember from the live stream, you know, it's written down for you. You're ready to go. You're ready to execute your game plan for your fantasy football team. So once you guys finish your drafts this year, you can come get a team review from us, or if you already have a team, like on Dynasty, for example, you can also get a team from us. Got to be an annual Mother Flocker member with the promo code LAND, or you can buy one a la carte. Either way, let's jump into some team playbooks. First one is from Texas Toast 1996. What's up, Texas Toast? Let's have a geeze here. Awesome. Texas Toast is here. This is 505 Badaki, if you're with me. Cool. So he says, what's up, guys? I'm in a solid position to get the chip this year and maybe next year as well. With the league format, I'd like to get another wide receiver, and I think I have players and capital to do it. Any ideas? Waddle, Odunze, DK, Evans. Keep up the solid content and appreciate the help. So we can definitely help you out here, my friend. Appreciate you for being here with us. I'm excited to have a look at your squad. So your team name is Jamar Alago. You are currently ranked first out of 12 teams. You've got a very solid squad here and a 1 quarterback start 8. Wow. Okay. So 1 quarterback start 8. That's a very small starting lineup. That's our meat and potatoes lineup right there. So you've got Nix, Herbert, McCarthy, great. Taylor, Brown, Walker, Harvey. I love it. At wide receiver, Chase, London, McConkey, and then it falls off pretty heavily, but I do like Jack Besh. And then we've got Loveland, Kraft, and Ertz at tight end. Your starting lineup, your starting 8 is Nix, Taylor, Brown, Chase, London, Loveland, Walker, McConkey. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That is your 8. So you still have your RJ Harveys on your bench, your Jordan Masons on your bench, Javonte if he turns into anything, Jack Besh, Kyle Williams if they turn into anything, Tucker Kraft is someone that you can use as well. So really good roster. I definitely think you're a contender. You mentioned that at the beginning. I'm 100% in agreement with you. If we were to look at this roster, we're grading this a contender. We're 100% all in there. We want to go out and win the championship this year with this roster. Now, speaking about some admin stuff here, your untouchables. I think Jamar Chase is your only untouchable on this team. Everyone else is movable for the right price. But especially in your format, I don't want to move these elite names. I want to keep as many elite names as I can possibly get. As far as holds, I think I'm going to hold names like Jordan Mason. JJ McCarthy's a great hold. Jack Besh, Kyle Williams. I like holding all these names. And then as far as drops, if you wanted to make space, you could probably drop Michael Wilson. You could probably drop Gunnar Helm. There's no one on your waiver wire that I'm like desperately wanting to grab though. So you don't have to, but those are droppable names. Overall team grade, I'll give this an A-. Pretty great team. You could use maybe 1 or 2 top end names to push you over to like the A+ range. Like your a Nico Collins and a McBride away from being one of these truly elite teams, but you're definitely the best team in your league. As far as draft capital, you still have your first in 26 and 27, as well as multiple seconds next year, which we can play around with. So I'm going to give that a B+ on draft capital. And I think that is everything we needed for admin. I think Badaki's with us, and I see him writing everything down. So I think we're good on admin. Let's think about your rookie draft that you just had. So you would have just drafted RJ Harvey, right? You would have drafted Harvey, Woody, Taj. You would have also added Jack Besh, Kyle Williams, Pat Bryant, and Colston Loveland. Not a bad little haul there, honestly. I mean, to get a starting running back, obviously we don't know what that will look like week 1 with RJ Harvey, but he is the future of that backfield, in my opinion. So to get a starting running back in RJ Harvey, to get your future tight end at Colston Loveland, I like the Besh Williams additions, Taj Brooks, Woody Marks. I'm going to give this a solid B+ draft. I think you did pretty well. On the waiver wire, only AJ Barner looked interesting to me, and I'm very much an Elijah Arroyo guy, so I wouldn't force this. But yeah, AJ Barner looked interesting. Noah Gray, I guess you can make a case for. Yeah, I'm not obsessed with any of these other names. The Keenan Allen, I guess. But what I would love to do is we want to tier up. We want to tier up to elite talent, because you already have the best team in the league, but you only have a start 8. It's a very small starting lineup. You have the flexibility to go turn, some of these players into elite names. You can go send Colston Loveland in a first and try and grab a Brock Bowers. Do you know what I mean? These are the type of deals I think you can go out there and make with confidence because of how good your team is overall. I also think that you could go the route of just adding a couple veterans. So if you can send a second-round pick in the future for like a Devontae Adams, Adams comes to mind. Let me think about what those names would be now as rankings are starting to evolve a little bit. Let me have a look here. So names like second round pick, like the Josh Downs, the Jerry Judys, the Jaden Higgins, the Devontae Adams. We talked about Devontae Adams already. Those are the main veterans, I would say there. Tyreek Hill, you can make a case for. Mike Evans. Give you just a little bit more flexibility after McConkey, because right now there's a very steep fall off at wide receiver. I don't really think you need to upgrade tight end. Our quarterback, I already really love Bo Nix, but you could try and go get, you know, like, you could move RJ Harvey and the thing is, I don't want to sell a lot of these names. These are all young players that I think could really take another step. You could also add like a 26 first plus a 26 second and try and go get a really quality young receiver. So can you make that trade and go out and grab, let's say, like a T-Mac, a Travis Hunter? If you can't get them for that price, what if you added 2 second-round picks? You know, you have 3 you can play around with, so you have a lot of flexibility here. But because your team is so young, I'm wanting to add young guys that can ascend to being elite. Rashee Rice is a great option as well for you. If you can send like the same price for Rashee Rice, I'd be willing to pay in your league with the suspension. You might not even need to send 2 seconds. You might be able to only send 1 second. Yeah, like your Ladd McConkeys, your Drake Londons, your Garrett Wilsons, your T. Higgins. But you're already in a very good position. Love Jordan Mason, love Javonte Williams. I wonder if there's a quarterback needy team out there that we can sell a quarterback to. So the guy who has Dak Prescott, he has CeeDee Lamb. Can we go all in and send him like, let's see. Trying to remember your team. Can we send him Justin Herbert plus a 26 first, plus a 26 second? And let's add like RJ Harvey to this. Can we send Herbert of 26 first and Harvey and go get CeeDee Lamb from him? You know? That guy also might be looking to sell Hunter. This guy has Malik Neighbors. It might be tough to get Neighbors, honestly. But can you send him Herbert or J.J. McCarthy and try and land a Neighbors, a similar deal there? You can pretty much tier up all the way across this roster. You're in a very good position. I would expect you to make the playoffs. I would expect you to be a serious championship contender. Every opportunity you have to improve, you can do a couple depth moves, but you can also tier up as well with this lineup. And I think you're looking like an unstoppable force. The only other thing I would think of is like Trey McBride. Does the McBride owner have something interesting? Yeah, not in particular, but you could do a similar deal for the Bowers idea that we had. But I appreciate you, Texas Toast. Thanks for showing some love. You are going to get your playbook, all right, which will be customized and filled out. What do we think, Badaki? Within the next 48 hours, he'll get his playbook. What do we think? Badaki will let us know here in a second. So appreciate you big time, my friend. Let's go on to the next team playbook. And again, if you're watching this and you don't know what a team playbook is, we review your team live, and then you get this beautiful graphic, this game plan to execute, trade ideas, give you a direction for your fantasy team. You can get that by using the promo code LAND and becoming an annual Mother Flocker member on the Flock site. Then you get a voucher that you can use through the Flock store to get a team review from Zach and Badaki. So that will give you your team playbook, your live review as well. And I'll put a link in the chat. It's already the pinned comment, but I'll put a new link in the chat. In 24 to 48 hours, Texas Toast, you'll have your playbook. What's up, Brizzleton? Welcome in. Appreciate you for being here, my friend. Let's jump into Randy Tang here to end today's stream, unless we have any other playbooks. But he says, recently traded the 109 and Charbonnet for the 105. He says, draft is in 6 days. What moves should I make before? And best draft picks for my team. Recently traded the 109 and Charbonnet for the 105. Okay. All right. Team name is Randy Tang. It's got to be something different. Let me see on the back end. Let's see here. Let me find out your team name. Your team name is Dick Bottoms. Okay. So your team 6. Your team 6 here. This is a 1 quarterback start 9. So similar to the last lineup, but depth is going to matter a little bit more. Your start 9 is your middle ground. Let's have a look. So you've got McCarthy, Darnold, Achane, Henry, Olave, Moore, McLaren, Tyreek, Sinnott, Meyer. Yeah, I definitely don't think this is a strong contender. Look, you're gonna have the 105, so you're probably gonna have a shot at a Hunter, McMillan, or Travion Henderson. That's gonna help your lineup. Excuse me. At the 109, maybe you can get a Igbuka or a Loveland, but I don't see this team as a serious contender this year with so many aging guys and no elite wide receivers. There's no elite receivers on this team. You're going to rely on a rookie tight end. We are relying on a J.J. McCarthy breakout. So I kind of lean a 1-year punt for this team. I wonder what Badaki would say, but just being realistic, I would say a 1-year punt would be the direction I would try and take. I think you can make the playoffs. There can be enough juice to squeeze out of the lemon of a Tyreek Hill, a Derrick Henry, and you can make the playoffs, but I don't think you're going to be a true serious contender for very long. And I would rather plan for the future than, get 6th in the league or something. So we're going to walk through what that plan would look like. I'm keeping in mind you no longer have the 108, but you have the 105 because you said that in your message. So we're going to keep that in mind, and we'll put together a little draft plan for you. Overall team grade right now, I got to be honest, I don't think this team is all that good. I would probably put it at a C+. Draft capital is pretty good. You got multiple firsts, 3 firsts and 26. A lot of picks next year. I'm assuming the same in 27. We'll put A- for your draft capital. There are no untouchables. There are no untouchables on this team, and that's really the bigger issue. You just don't have any true elite foundational pieces to build around. Achane's probably the closest to it. As far as holds, McCarthy's a strong hold. Sinnott, you can definitely hold. Yeah, that's it. Charbonnet is not on the team, by the way, Badaki. He traded Charbonnet away. Easy drops. If you needed to drop someone, you could drop Michael Mayer at this point. Your waiver wire doesn't have anyone interesting, but your draft hasn't started yet, so when your draft is finished, you'll probably have more options. All right, let's have a look at your draft, and let's plan. Let's put together a little plan for you, okay? So at the 105, I think a Henderson makes a lot of sense here, a McMillan, a Hunter, right? These are all options. These are all guys I would have in the same exact tier, and I would be happy with any single one of these names. At the 109, ideally, you get an Igbuka or a Loveland or a Warren, because you definitely have a tight end need, and those guys are in that tier for me. But you can also consider, your Caleb Johnsons, your RJ Harveys. Those are also your options there. At the 202 in a 1 quarterback, I mean, shoot, if you think one of the tight ends might, I doubt the tight ends will fall that far. You might have someone left over, but I think it's probably going to be Matthew Golden based off what recent drafts have done, and we do like Matthew Golden. But look, maybe a tight end falls that we weren't expecting. I don't really want to trade these picks away because your team is very old and I want it to get younger. So I don't think we're really going to pursue a tear down. You can't really tear down from most of these picks anyway. I should also add like Luther Burden here. Sorry. He's a great option there as well. But in an ideal world, yeah, that's true. Judkins could fall. Someone just said Judkins could fall. If he falls that far, you can definitely take Judkins, by the way. But in an ideal world, you end up with, let's say it goes Henderson, Loveland, Burden or something. It could go so many different ways. Not a bad outcome, right? And you're going to really be building the youth of this team. Now, because I'm saying 1 year punt, I would say vets to sell high in season. Those names would be Tyreek Hill. You got a lot of them. That would be Derrick Henry. Aaron Jones. Terry McLaurin. Who else did you have on there? DJ Moore. Cooper Kupp. And then that's about it for the veterans. But you should be able to net multiple first-round picks for these players. Like Tyreek Hill, I don't think you're going to get a first, but I will just say in case he starts out of the block really hot and he looks like old Tyreek Hill, can you get any first? If not, can you get early seconds? Derrick Henry, I think in your league you should be asking for any first in any year, and you want to aim that towards a contender, right? So a team that looks really top-heavy but needs running back help, like the guy who has Kamara, Connor Etienne, the guy who has Pacheco as his RB1. These guys should be willing to pay you a first-round pick. For Aaron Jones, I would say we want an early second. For Terry McLaurin, you should be able to net you a first if he's on the same form as he was last year. DJ Moore should be able to net the same. And for Kupp, I would say any second in any year. So in an ideal world, you end up with, let's say, 3 first-round picks and a couple seconds. And ideally, you're targeting 2027 drafts. Ideally, target 2027, right? But that is the game plan for this team. It's very simple. I think you can make the playoffs, but I don't think you're a true contender. So when I keep all that in mind, I want to hit the reset button. And again, in season, I want to emphasize that. You need to wait to do that in season. But that's going to give you have plenty of players that in season are going to gain value. Derrick Henry is going to gain value in season, right? Terry McLaurin is going to gain value in season. Same with the Tyreek Hills that they're performing. So you want to sell these guys in season and maximize the overall value that you can net from those players, and then start planning for the future. Start building around this young core that you have. But I like the team. I'm sorry it wasn't a more positive review, but I just got to be honest with where I think you are. So that would be my overall opinion there, Randy Tang. But I appreciate you. You should get your playbook, which is a customized game plan for your team. Within the next 24 to 48 hours, we'll have that sent over to you. I appreciate you for getting a playbook and for showing some love to the channel. I just jumped into another fast draft, so I figured, you know what? Let's go ahead and let's do this last fast draft here, and then we'll call it a night. Brizzleton says we need an IDP flock league. What's up, Nuggets? He says, you helped me with my fantasy league. Everyone was stupid with who to draft. I need your wide receiver anchor strat and then draft the running backs. I hope you had a good draft, my friend. I love to hear that. But we'll do one last fast draft here. CeeDee Lamb and Jamar Chase start the draft. Then Bijan, Saquon, Gibbs. And guess where I get to draft? My least favorite spot in the draft board. We're drafting at the 107 here. Screw it. Let's grab Brian Thomas. We're going to grab Brian Thomas here at the 107. 10-team, 1 quarterback, best ball draft we're on here. And Christian's, are you in here with us? What's your username, Christian? What's your username, brother? But would love for you guys to come join us on Fast Draft. You can try it today if you have never downloaded the app. Download the app. All right, use the promo code LAND. We'll match your deposit up to $50. That's 10 free drafts on us. In Flex 4, 5 free rabbit tournaments. And when you finish your first contest, I'm going to send you my rookie report and my cheat sheet for this year completely free. So check out the pinned comment, download FastDraft, use the promo code LAND, jump into some drafts with me. And by the way, if you do download the app, DM me on Discord. I would love to add you to my group chat where we're drafting together. So Brian Thomas, Genty, Neighbors, McCaffrey, Puka, Achane come off the board. We might have a Brian Henry start here, or maybe Henry comes off the board. So we're going to grab Amon-Ra in the second round. We started Brian Thomas and Amon-Ra St. Brown, 107, 104. I'm liking that, especially if we can get some late round running backs to fill out this roster. Okay, so you're at the 2 spot there. Crispy Boy 7. How many drafts have you gotten into, Christian? I'm curious. As Brock Bowers comes off the board, then Chase Brown. This is the cool thing about being at the back end of the board in the Rabbit tournament on FastDraft. 3rd round reversal, so it doesn't overpower the Jamar Chase owner. So now the board goes to the opposite side, and the 301 is now with Team 10 there. B. Hildy, who started McCaffrey Puka. That's actually a nasty start from him. McBride comes off the board. Unless there's a running back I love, I'm probably going to go a quarterback here. Got to be honest, though. Josh Jacobs is gone. I don't think I can pass up on Jonathan Taylor here. To go wide receiver back-to-back in the first 2 rounds and still end up with Jonathan Taylor, I can't say no. I can't say no to that, unfortunately. So that's the direction we're going to go. Then we see Garrett Wilson and Josh Allen coming off the board. T. Higgins as well. And Crispy's about to be on the clock. Let's see what Crispy is up to here. But I appreciate y'all for being here with us today. What was I going to say? I can't remember at this point. As Jason comes off the board at the 310. Then Kyren at the 401. Kyren falling that far as well. 4th round in a 10-teamer. JSN that far is surprising. Jaden Daniels comes off the board. Devontae Adams. I like the start from Crispy there. That anchor wide receiver strat. Chase Brown and Marion. Am I about to get Jalen Hurts? Wow. Okay, perfect. We're going to grab Jalen Hurts here at the 407. I feel like these onesies in this 10-team best ball league are more important than your 12-team home leagues. Tyreek Hill at the 408. There's no way that George Kittle falls to me, right? There's no way I get George Kittle on the 5th. Mike Evans comes off the board. Well, surely this guy's not going to take George Kittle because he's already got McBride. So we only need Kittle to fall 2 spots, technically. It is possible. Plausible? What the... What are we doing? What are we doing? Okay. That makes no sense whatsoever. Oh my gosh. All right. So no George Kittle. That's okay. Shouldn't have had a chance to get him anyway. DJ Moore comes off the board. I will probably grab McMillan. Are there any running backs I love here? Worthy comes off the board. Let's go ahead and grab McMillan here as our wide receiver 3. And you know what? I'm going to do the rest of this one offline. I actually just realized I need to jump on a call with Badaki if Badaki's watching. Before you go to bed, we need to jump on a call and talk about the draft guide. So that's going to be it for today, guys. I appreciate y'all watching the stream. Jump with me in another fast draft here. I'm drafting offline, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. See you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow, are we doing the live draft? No, but we'll do another mock draft tomorrow. Mock draft stream. I'll see you guys then. Nothing but love.